Hello Jokers, thanks for watching this episode of Jawkers Physiotherapy. Today I would like to share with you my thoughts on wearing the splint or oral splint or night guard, a mouth guard, whatever you call it, that often you get prescribed from very willing helping dentists or specialists in certain areas of dentistry. So it does protect your teeth from wearing away or grinding, cracking. Obviously that's the worst case scenario if you have been a long-term clencher or a very strong clencher or grinder. It does protect your teeth. And it obviously will help if you have a very painful jaw already to help stabilize so your jaw doesn't wobble too much. So in a acute stage of jaw issues where the pain is a strong driver, definitely helps to keep things under control. I often use this analogy for people who are wanting to either know whether continuing to wear the splint is a good idea or not. I do try to encourage them to wean off over time, and I use an example of an ankle sprain and using the crutches so that you can walk in the first couple of days. But over time, ankle needs to rehab, which means stretch and to regain the range of motion, to strengthen and improve its balance function. You need to do balance training so that eventually you can run and jump and land and all sorts of stuff like that. So crutches eventually doesn't help you run. So similar in this case, that the jaw joints may be helped by or stabilized by having the splint, which obviously stops it from wobbling around or feel the security when you're in a lot of pain. But we need to over time rehabilitate, which means the jaw needs to move. In fact, during the day with 3 meals, you may be chewing 6,000 times. So 2,000 times you chew per meal, 3 meals, 6,000 times. Plus, we talk most of the time during the day. So the jaw has been used, and obviously for yawning, we use a big range. And at times when it's painful, obviously that can catch you off guard. And that means the joints in the jaw are made to move. And therefore it needs stretching for stiff joints once obviously the pain settles down, regaining the range of motion. Remember, jaw is supposed to be able to move, open, close, but it can also go side to side or forward and backwards. So it's moving in 3 dimensions to cause the rotatory motion. And that means, like any other joints in our body, I've used the example of the ankle, but it needs rehabilitation involving stretching, strengthening, and awareness of your posture, because jaw's only as good as your posture because it's hanging from temporal bone, which is part of the skull, which obviously is determined by the head position. If you're eating while you're on the computer and then head forward, obviously the jaw itself is not properly used, and when your head is forward, teeth tend to come together. Whereas if you're in a good posture, the teeth tend to stay separate. And then lips together, breathing through your nose, tongue on the roof. Okay, a bit off the topic, but that's very important, part of preventing clenching from happening, or grinding obviously. And in the next video I would like to go through some general jaw rehabilitation exercises so that you can start using these techniques to try and improve so that you can get rid of the splint altogether over time. May not be today, but over time, so that you can restore full spec of your jaw function. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a thumbs up, and also leave us a comment about what you think. Okay, happy rehab. Cheers.